We always begin with gratitude. So I just want to thank you for being here and let you know that I'm very honored to have your energy and your presence here in this space. I am LA, the holistic wellness therapreneur and the creator of this channel, Reconnect With You. If my vibe and energy or any of the contents of this channel resonate with you, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you are new here, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. So, are you ready to reconnect with you? If so, come on in and get comfortable, whatever getting comfortable looks and feels like for you. Before I jump into the topic for today's video, I want to first express gratitude to you all and just thank you for your grace, your patience, and your understanding. I know that it's been a little while since I posted my last video. I've had a very full schedule, and as y'all know, as I've talked about in this space before, it's also really important to me to make sure that I am prioritizing rest and my rest practice and balancing that with work and my productivity. Today's topic is really centered around the idea behind Reconnect With You. And I want to remind y'all of something. Nobody is coming to save you. I consider myself to be a champion of solitude. And what that means for me is that I am a proponent of really supporting and guiding folks in better prioritizing their relationship with themselves, because the relationship that you have with yourself is the most important relationship that you will ever have. All of your other relationships stem from the relationship that you have with yourself. You are the only person who is with you every moment of every day. You are the only person that knows every single thing about you. You are the only person that has witnessed every single version of yourself that has ever existed. Reconnect With You is the name of my holistic private mental health practice and also the name of my wellness brand. And the services that I offer are coaching, public speaking, and sound therapy. And the thing that I love about the work that I do in all of the services that I offer is that Reconnect With You is at the center of all of them. In all of the different ways that I hold space for folks, whether it's during a sound bath, whether I'm on stage, or I am in a one-on-one therapy or coaching session, I am being very intentional about guiding folks right back home to themselves, encouraging them to look inward and to really nurture their inner environment. Also, to teach them practices, help them to build habits that improve their relationship with themselves and help them to become more aware of themselves, with the hope that they will have a lasting and enduring and loving connection with themselves that they can continue to build on beyond our work together. It's easy to want to look outside of yourself for love or for validation, for acceptance, for security. But the truth is that you will not find any of those things outside of yourself if they don't exist within first. That's why Reconnect With You exists. And that is why I do what I do. I truly believe that the world would be a much better place if everyone was more aware of themselves and had a loving connection with themselves and accepted themselves more fully. There are so many different components of your relationship with yourself. I want to offer you a few ways that you can connect with yourself and create a system and start to build habits that are really focused on your relationship with yourself first and foremost. Number one, I want to touch upon self-monitoring. In other words, what are some ways that you have built in that you can check in with yourself? I do this at the start of every day. I also do this when I notice that something has shifted in my energy, or maybe something has shifted with my mood. I try to pause, even if I'm around other people, I try to pause and check in with myself. And I'll ask, what's coming up for you right now? What's going on? I may even ask, how are you feeling? And there is a feelings wheel that I use if I am having trouble identifying or articulating what exactly it is that I'm feeling. Number two, how you show love to yourself. One thing that I do every single day is that I look in the mirror at least once a day and I say I love you to myself. And I also do that to start off my day. I grew up in a household where I did not hear I love you a lot, and I think that led to me looking outside of myself for others to express love to me and to say I love you to me, rather than reminding myself you can say this to yourself. You don't need anyone else to say I love you to you. Does it feel good when you hear it from others? Of course. But in terms of disrupting any codependency, it is important that you have ways that you can show love to yourself. An extension of this is to hug yourself. It's a form of self-intimacy and self-touch. Number 3, apologize to yourself. It could be something as simple as, you know what? I apologize, fam. I put you in a difficult position, or I put you in harm's way. And that's not to say that that apology needs to be rooted in blame or shame or fault. I've talked before about how using those terms can cause defensiveness in others, including in yourself. And so it's not about blaming yourself or saying that something is your fault. It's more so about holding yourself accountable to the ways in which you contribute to the unfoldment of something. Number 4, having coping strategies and coping tools that don't involve other people. This is one of the topics that I speak with a lot of my therapy clients about, and that I've even talked about in some of my keynote speeches, and also just in my sound therapy offerings, just how important it is for you to have access to coping strategies and tools that do not involve other people, meaning they don't require you to have contact with anyone else. It is very healthy to have a support system that you can engage if and when you feel comfortable and if and when you need to. It is unhealthy though, and can lead to codependency when all of your coping strategies involve other people, because the reality is that everyone has different ways of prioritizing their relationship with themselves, and we all have different things going on. Sometimes the people that are in your support system may not be available to you for whatever reason. And that's why it's important that you have access to coping strategies that don't involve other people. I'm actually going to connect a previous video that I did on self-soothing strategies. Some other questions to just reflect on: are you looking to be accepted by others, or do you practice accepting yourself? More importantly, do you practice accepting every version of yourself? When you experience change, when you may not be able to show up in a way that you previously did, do you accept yourself in those moments? Are you kind to yourself? How do you show love to yourself? Even when you might be frustrated with yourself, are you able to be loving towards yourself and use loving and kind language when speaking to yourself? Do you have ways of validating yourself in how you show up? Do you look outside of yourself for others to validate you? Do you base how you feel about yourself on what other people think about you? When I say that no one is coming to save you, that does not mean that other people are not or will not show up for you. That also does not mean that you should not have a support system, or that you should not engage your support system as you need to. It is a kind reminder, and it is also a way to empower you that there are so many different ways that you can show up for yourself, and the ways that you show up for yourself can decrease the likelihood of codependency and make you less dependent on others to show up for you. No one is coming to save you. It has to be you. Well, that is all that I have for y'all for today. I look forward to connecting with y'all again soon. But in the meantime, reconnect with you. Peace, y'all.